This right here is the Keystone 3 Pro, and I want to tell you why it might just be the best hardware wallet for people using the Cardano blockchain. Now, we have Ledger, we have Trezor, both are integrated with Cardano via Eternal and other hot wallets and do a lot of things. But this hardware wallet has some unique features like signed data, Conway, catalyst voting that make it unique for the Cardano blockchain. Now, without even including the Cardano blockchain, look at this thing. It is the most like a smartphone of all the other hardware wallets I've seen in the industry currently. Ledger is basically like a small USB drive. Trezor is a little bit bigger. And then we have this thing. This is a smartphone for a hardware wallet. You can see the display here asking for my PIN. You can see the size. It's about an index card in size, but it really fits nicely in your hand. It has a great user experience because of its size and its functionality and its ease of use. It also charges at the base so that when you're out of battery, you can still charge it and still use it. Before we even talk about what it does for Cardano, I want to talk about what it does just in general as a hardware wallet for any blockchain. It's got 3 secure element chips, it's open source and air gap, and it has an anti-tampering mechanism which basically will wipe your wallet if somebody tries to break it open. These things are really important because a lot of the competition like Ledger and Trezor simply don't have them. To start with the 3 secure element chips, a secure element chip is basically what makes a hardware wallet what it is. Secure element chips are proprietary information, usually audited by outside sources, and they are what runs the security within the hardware wallet. They run the chips behind the hardware wallet and how it operates. Now, Ledger has 1 secure element, Trezor has 1 secure element, Keystone has 3 secure element chips inside of every hardware wallet. After that, this wallet is also open source via firmware open source and hardware open source, and then audited by 2 or 3 independent parties. So they have a GitHub. You can go check out the GitHub and you can check out all the things about the hardware wallet if you're technical enough to view it. If not, just know they're audited and they have backers to verify open source code, hardware and firmware. Lastly, the anti-tampering basically says that if you try to take off this back panel, if you try and disassemble this hardware wallet, or if anyone steals your hardware wallet and tries to access the internal organs of what's going on in the secure element chips, they have functionality that says it will wipe the entire chip, wipe all 3 chips, and wipe the hardware wallet clean. So if somebody tries to break open your hardware wallet and access the data inside or access the chips and the components that make up the hardware, they will be wiped. The firmware on the chips will be wiped and all of your information will be wiped with it. You'll still be able to access your crypto by restoring this wallet into another wallet, but everything on this wallet and these chips will be wiped away. Providing higher levels of security, Ledger and Trezor and a lot of other hardware wallets on the market do not have this anti-tampering feature, so it makes it very unique and very relative to the Keystone products themselves. Now, after diving into what this hardware wallet, the Keystone 3 Pro, does just on its own with any blockchain, let's also talk about what it does for Cardano specific use cases. The first thing that it does is you can natively stake your ADA from this hardware wallet using a hot wallet like Eternal to the Cardano blockchain. So if you have ADA on this hardware wallet, much like Ledger and Trezor, you can also stake it to the Cardano blockchain and earn your rewards and delegate to a stake pool operator and support the network. The second major thing that this Keystone does is it has sign data technology, which allows you to sign transactions or sign things on the Cardano blockchain without triggering a transaction and spending ADA. There are some certain transactions on the Cardano network and a lot of networks where you can sign using your private keys and don't necessarily need to spend ADA. Something like voting or doing something with your delegation, there's reasons why you could use signed data, and Keystone has signed data implemented into this. After signed data, it has also implemented Conway. Conway is what is going to allow us to delegate our ADA stake to a DREP, to someone else, right? To a stake pool. And basically it will allow your ADA to delegate to someone else and give them your voting power. This is going to be very helpful with the new governance program after the chain hard fork that Cardano is implementing. So Keystone has this natively built in, and I believe Ledger and Trezor are building that in as well. The last Cardano specific thing you can do with the Keystone 3 Pro is you are able to vote on Catalyst proposals with the Keystone 3 Pro. So that has been integrated. But basically the Keystone 3 Pro is letting you do everything that you would need to do on the Cardano blockchain as Cardano is upgrading. So you can use DeFi via pairing a hot wallet like Eternal with the Keystone. You can stake natively onto the Cardano blockchain with the Keystone. You can do sign data and vote on certain transactions without spending ADA, right? Not actually triggering a transaction on the blockchain. And then you can also delegate to a digital representative or vote in Catalyst with any ADA that you hold in this hardware wallet. Ledger and Trezor have a lot of the same things. They have native staking capabilities with Eternal integration, right? They can be paired paired up to hot wallets like Eternal and allow you to stake ADA and allow you to use DeFi. And I think they both do catalyst voting as well. Ledger is really on par with Keystone in a lot of the things that it offers, and I think just Trezor is trying to get DREP registration or DREP stuff still onboarded. So the Keystone 3 Pro's functionality with Cardano, Ledger's functionality, Trezor's functionality, all of the major blockchains are recognizing what Cardano has to offer and how they need to integrate Cardano and not just EVM style chains into their hardware wallets for users like you and I and the stuff that we want to do with the ADA in these wallets. A lot of these things are Cardano specific, like signed data, Conway, catalyst voting, staking, liquid staking to the blockchain. And these are things that developers in Cardano have been working with Keystone, have been working with Ledger, have been working with Trezor to implement. But Keystone does have them built in and is actively working to add more features as Cardano grows. Compared to Ledger and Trezor, I would say that the biggest thing the Keystone 3 Pro has going for it is one, it's only $149. Two, it has 3 secure element chips and anti-tampering software or anti-tampering device really built inside to where if somebody was to try to break this open, the whole chips, the whole process would all be wiped. So these are very big selling points in my opinion as to what Keystone is offering compared to Ledger and Trezor. Now, the main selling points of Ledger and Trezor are that they're arguably just larger brands. They have more users, more experience, more reputation in the crypto industry. But I do see Keystone growing in brand recognition, especially in the Cardano space over the past year, and over time I think it will continue to grow as they're offering more features and more user experience to the Cardano population, and also providing a better hardware wallet experience compared to USB screens or smaller screens by having a bigger thing like this and a more accessible device that is more familiar to our smartphone patterns. Now here you can see the box that the Keystone actually comes in. Really sleek design, not super great material, like not some crazy metal material or something, but still very environmentally friendly. It's still recyclable, still solid enough to ship a hardware wallet across the world. And it's really just showing you what it's doing out here on the outside of the package. Inside we have the Keystone itself, very Apple-like experience where they're providing like a built system that shows what this product is. You can access all the cords, you can access all of the devices, and underneath we're going to have our manuscripts of how to use the product. You can see here we have our USB-C cord. That's how the Keystone gets plugged into either a wall charger or into your computer. And then here we have the Keystone 3 Pro itself. Very sleek design, fits in the palm of your hand. It has fingerprint scanning, it has a camera because all your transactions are going to use a QR code to be signed on. And then you can see we have our, protective film on top, and we can easily take that off in order to access the Keystone itself. Now, in order to turn on your Keystone, you're going to want to hit the button on the side, much like an iPhone. You just want to tap it basically once, and the Keystone will turn on after a few seconds. And it's going to start you through the process of prompting how to turn this thing on, what to do with it. Much like when you buy an iPhone, you turn it on and it starts to prompt you through the steps. And pretty much anyone in the world who's used a smartphone will know exactly what to do to walk through the steps. You just click your language, you click the next step, and then you're going to want to follow all of these verification details. In order to do the device verification, you want to go to the Keystone website to the Resources tab and click Device Verification, and then on that screen a new pop-up will be there saying Verify Your Device. Simply click the Verify Device button, and then you can go through the QR code scanning process because your computer should have a camera in order to scan your Keystone, and your Keystone has a camera to scan the QR code in your computer to verify your device's legitimacy. Underneath where your Keystone was, there's also going to be a lot of user manuals and secret passphrase sheets that you can write your passphrase down for your Keystone wallet. So definitely take a look at all that. Much like Apple, underneath the iPhone there's a bunch of documents for you to have. The next thing you're going to want to do is update your firmware. The wallet prompts you to do this. You can choose either micro SD or USB. I'd highly recommend just going with USB because that is what they provide in the box, and it's probably just the easiest. I plugged my Keystone into my Mac, and then I updated it via the website, via their firmware specific spot on the website. You can do this by clicking the web USB update on the website, because that's what I did because I use a USB, and then connecting your wallet, and I chose the multi-coin update, and then you can see the update loading on my screen. It takes a little bit and it will slowly update your Keystone to the most up-to-date firmware. After you're updated to the firmware, you'll get the opportunity to actually finally create your new Keystone wallet. You have two options. import a wallet or create a new wallet, and it's going to give you all these warnings like every hardware wallet should, and it gives you the ability to set a PIN code. I'm going to go ahead and set my own PIN code and then come back to the screen, and it will prompt you to name your wallet. You can use any name that you want. You can even select an icon. That Bitcoin logo does not have to be your final logo, but it gives you the option to select or name your wallet and then select a logo. Lastly, after you've done all that, named your wallet, you have the option to actually start the seed phrase process. And it's going to go through the standard recommended things. Write your seed phrase down, check your surroundings, and you're going to see all the different options that we have here. This is obviously not going to be my seed phrase because you can regenerate any seed that you want, and you can also click in the top either 12 or 24 seed number of words in your seed phrase. After that, you write that down, you do all that good stuff. You can go into the wallet and actually start adding Cardano's blockchain to the wallet pretty easily. With the click of a button, you can add Cardano, and you can see how now I can receive ADA into this wallet by just clicking the Cardano app and basically downloading it or installing it into my app. You can also see this button allows me to scan QR codes when I'm doing transactions, and then up in the top you can click that button, the three dots, to connect a software wallet, which is going to be super important when you want to use the awesome things that the Cardano blockchain has. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click the Eternal wallet. We also have the Begin wallet and we have the Typhon wallet as other Cardano options, but here's the Eternal wallet. You're just going to go set up an Eternal wallet, go to the Eternal website and click Add in Hardware Wallet, and you can add it here. Lastly, one major thing is if you are having trouble scanning, simply click the QR code, it'll make it bigger, and it'll make it 10 times easier to scan on your desktop. The last thing that I want to say as a user of the wallet, the one issue that I had, if you run into, do not be alarmed, but when I tried to turn my Keystone wallet on a few days later after initially installing and using the wallet, after trying to turn the wallet on, I needed to do a hard reboot. Basically, I had to plug the wallet in to the USB-C into my computer so it was charging, and then I had to hold the power button down for 20 seconds, and it'll show these three options. I clicked reboot, basically rebooting the wallet, and then my wallet turned on. So if your screen doesn't turn on or your wallet doesn't turn on, try holding the power button down for 20 seconds while it's plugged in and being charged, and then click reboot, and it should restart your wallet. Other than that, that is exactly what my experience has been with the Keystone. This is how it's used. This is how you can use it, and these are all the benefits that it has in the hardware wallet market. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments whether you think Keystone is a viable option over Ledger and Trezor. If you liked the video, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we really hope you have a great rest of your week.